It's a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys, and that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be, and well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about.
To three-quarter time, and at this stage the margin is 12 points, the Tigers in front, but early in the third quarter they had led by 29, so Footscray coming back. And the replay tonight is from the last quarter. We pick it up early and there's been no addition to the score. And in commentary we have Sandy Roberts, Peter McKenna and Terry Wheeler.
Deep in Footscray's attacking zone. From the throw-in, Broderick, caught. Well, perhaps he should have lost it. And that has gone out of bounds on the full from Jamie Tate.
I think Tate was trying to kick that along the ground and straight over the line, wasn't he?
I think he may have been trying to concede it behind. However, the bottom line is that Chris Grant has it. He's booted two. One in the first quarter, one in the second. This to make the margin just one straight kick. Chris Grant, a very exciting forward, and has kicked one behind. It looks so good as soon as it left the boot. It just drifted away. 9-18. They had their chances in the first half, particularly in front of goal, but were unable to take advantage. Scott Turner will bring it back into play, and good to see him back.
Well, he's a great kicker of football, Turner. Most of his kicks have been landing up towards the centre of the ground. Let's have a look at that one. Oh, another booming kick with a drop punt. Gale flies, can't mark, the big fist away. Comes towards halfback. Rogers went without it. West gets it to Colin. Oh, the Bulldogs looking better now. This is Costa. He's about 70 metres from goal. He's calling for the long one. Grant going back to the square. Grant, here he comes at the back. Howard in front. No mark to Howard. He couldn't quite grab it, but the good defensive play to tap it back towards the line. Scott Turner there on screen was hurt in the third term, but courageously got up. Edwards versus Briggs for this ruck contest. As I said earlier, a huge game for both clubs. Grigich taps it down with that right gloved hand, and it's forced over the line again.
Grigich needs to try and get this one over the back. There has been no success in going to the front of the contest of these throw-ins. Swing it over the back out in a little bit of space and see if we can get someone running hard onto it.
With him is Edwards. Bit of aerial ping-pong. Freeze kick partly smothered. Kellaway beaten for it by Hunter. Oh, it's like a hot potato there at the moment. Look at it. Look at Colin.
Great. Well done, Richmond.
The play goes on. Rogers on the outer side. The youngster still going and gathering valuable metres. He pushes it up towards centre wing. Gale is there and very quick to say to the youngster, well done. I don't think we're going to see a barrage of goals in this quarter. We're just going to see a very dour struggle. Deer and Wine. Wine with that roundhouse right that we've grown accustomed to today. Hunter. Hand pass may go astray here. Broderick could have copped one in the back, but he's got support. Campbell kicks up towards the half-forward line. Gale has been unbeatable just about all day. Naish took a sensational mark earlier. Looks for the free kick against Steve Wallace.
Gets it.
And he's going to get it.
I thought he took a dive there. He conned the up then. What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, I think so. The boundary line was getting too close to him.
Hardly.
Too many arms.
He's in control of the ball there.
So Naish will be kicking from just inside 50. He's had a pretty quiet day. Goes very close to the man on the mark. It's plenty of height with the kick. Richardson was one flyer, and it's been paid to the man in front. Crediuk, and he's away. Steve Crediuk gets them out of trouble.
Wallace to the half-back line. Should be a mark. And it is taken by Rogers, who's a good player in tight situations, this player. So Only had 7 kicks, but he's a real tackler and chases, harasses. Here's the kick in towards half forward. Freddie Hook in front. Did Richardson mark that? No. Umpire's not playing this. I thought Freddie Hook might have got a sniff of that one. And he's not happy, young Matthew Richardson. And Mark Neal sensibly let's see if it was a mark. Freddie Hook in front. Oh, we did get first touch.
Yeah, very ever so slightly though.
So a difficult one for the umpire to adjudicate, and he will have to come in and bounce.
I mean, in the normal course of events, I think that mark would have been paid.
Well, there was one down earlier against Richardson too, yes. So that's no wonder he's doing the block. There's 2 marks that he looked like he took. Anyway, difficult ones to umpire. There's the big fist, Danny Southern. But here's the ball out wide. Here's Mark Hunter, brings it around centre wing. Costa traps it. Handball's inside. This is Jason Watts onto the left boot. A vital passage of play coming up here. Beveridge has taken a good mark. The Bulldogs a chance here. He's looking for someone to come out to the half-forward line. Oh, clever kick to Grant, and good play by Grant. That was well orchestrated.
It was, running onto it there. And even further on, back in the goal square, both Bridging and Osborne held so that they didn't take their opponent down into the path of the oncoming Chris Grant.
Well, it's 72 to 83, so that's 11 points. Grant's kicked 2, and if he kicks this, they will only be 5 points behind when they look down and out at one stage in the 3rd term. Chris Grant, an acute angle. Oh, he's kicked this across the face. Can Grigic take a mark? Yes, he can. The big fella. Up went the arms. He's going to kick them directly in front. Ilya Grigic has had a quiet game, but he might come good at the finish here. He'll kick them directly in front. 5 points the margin.
St Kilda start.
Footscray supporters coming to life. Their side well and truly back in the race. Scotty Wine to lead at the centre bounce. Couldn't take it cleanly at the first attempt, but he butters up for another, gets it down towards Beveridge on the half-forward line. It's surged away from him by the Richmond defence, but look at the attack by Liberatore and the tackling. Rogers takes the hand pass. Richmond suddenly turned defence into attack, up towards the half-forward line. Under pressure, but a hurried kick. Sees it go down towards Neal. He's going to be first to it in the right forward pocket if he can keep it in, but he can't.
An interesting move. John Northey has taken Brendan Gale into the ruck for this last quarter, as he did last week in Adelaide, and Gale's mobility really stimulated the last quarter for Richmond there. Can it come on again?
Howard, beaten Naish, tucked in a pocket, wobbles one in towards goal, and eventually conceded by Credior.
Good play.
He's been good today, Credior. Richardson has taken the marks and kicked the goals against him, but Credior has been steady right throughout.
So there's one kick in it, with 13 minutes remaining. Credior kicks towards Wine, but he's beaten by Gale.
Brilliant mark there.
Away he goes to Broderick. He had a quiet start, Paul Broderick, but the boy from Camberdown has come to life as Richardson marks right on the goal line.
They're good overhead, those two, aren't they, Gale and Richardson?
Very good, just the reach he has. Credior working bodily right in against Richardson, but he was able to hold his ground, reach up nice and high and take the mark. He should kick this one, Macca, shouldn't he?
This to make it 2 goals the difference. And he does. And that is their first goal since the 5-minute mark of the 3rd term.
So it has been a period where Footscray have challenged Richmond throughout the 3rd quarter, but Richmond have been able to withstand that heat, and I think it's been a very pleasing performance to date. Broderick being involved in that play, been a good steady player right throughout. Tigers have got good control now.
12 points the margin. A timely goal to the Tigers. Footscray were full of running. This is a good move by John Northey to put Brendan Gale there. Here's Mark Hunter. into the ruck. I was saying, oh, good mark, Tony Free. Terrific mark under pressure by the captain. On to Broderick, on to Daffy, and Daffy's at half-back. The Tigers have looked at one stage last week of Adelaide were getting on top of them, but they came good when the pressure was on Richmond. They'll fight it right out, as will Footscray. Here's Matthew Knight, highly skilled player. Gets it further afield. That's Callaway. On to Broderick. Danger for Footscray. Broderick going long. At the back, Richardson. He flies. He can't mark. The Bulldogs come in. And Steve Wallace kicks it wide. He's looking for Costa.
He's got to beat two of them on the outer side. He goes for a roundhouse right and he misses. Taken away by Rogers. Richmond go back into the attacking zone once again. A big pack of players just inside 50, including Neil. And it goes over the line for a throw-in. Well, there's 11 and a half minutes remaining and 2 straight kicks in this contest. And it has been a struggle right from the word go. Wind, Wallace, Bond, Liberatore, all in there.
A key matchup at the moment is Mark Hunter on Broderick for the Richmond side. Hunter returning from a hamstring injury, some 3 weeks out of it. Has he got the fitness to stay with Broderick for this last quarter?
Wallace gives the hand pass away to West. A hurried kick goes up towards centre wing. Fisted away from Chris Grant towards the boundary line once again. A bit of tunnel ball by Kim Costa. Goes back towards Grant to the running West. Footscray now in with a chance as West goes inside 50. Grigich got one in the back. No free kick. The Tiger defence pounce on that ball and Free sees it over the line.
He's been great again, Tony Free, hasn't he? 23 kicks, 1 handball that he got in that handball. He was about 18 and none at one stage. Here's Grigich versus Edwards. Edwards wins that with the left hand. Cameron, Bond, and eventually little Chris Bond takes it over the line. So the ball at 60 metres around from the Footscray goal. They trail by 12 points in a cliffhanger here at the MCG. Grigich wins it. Taken away by Turner. Liberatore out towards half-forward. They race hard at the ball. Bauer went without him. Here's the dangerous Cameron. Look at him. Dodging and weaving. Here's a chance. Racing in is Rowan Smith. He bobs it in long. Great goal. The Bulldogs 6 points beyond.
Just the boy to do it. Rowan Smith being moved back to half-back flank over the last 6 months. Gives the Footscray side a lot of run, and when he does get onto the end of a ball, he can use it so very well. Came to Footscray from Kingswood in the FDL as a half-forward flanker, and his ability through here, this is a lovely piece of play. Steadies inside the square, and let's go.
Now all of a sudden it is Footscray charging forward. Quill got a push as he took the kick, and it's going to come back. He'll have a free kick on centre wing. The Dogs full of running at the moment. Have they got a sniff of victory? It's just 6 points that they trail by. Quill stabs it towards Grigich. Intercepted by Tate. No free kick. Tiger fans can't believe it. Now he's found one against Beveridge. Well, this will test the young Cubs now. They've managed to come from behind in recent weeks. Now they're being asked to hold to sling the lead. Gale has been inspirational. Floats one up towards half forward. Hart was at the back, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Jason Watts is there for Footscray. First one way, then the other. Look out, umpire! And he's down and he's out, that umpire.
Well, he got in the way of Mark Neal, though. He's hurt the umpire.
He is out. Where am I? What game am I at?
I think Mark Neal could have taken that mark too. But he's all right.
It is an extra dimension there. Now with 3 of them out there, I mean, they're always going to end up getting in front of that hole.
Staggering,
full forward and centre half forward position. So that's about the 3rd or 4th one this year that's been bowled over. There will be more.
I think he was just being asked to read the
what
score.
The score is, yeah.
And he's got Footscray ahead by 28 points, so he might have a problem. Anyway, it's Hunter with the football at half-back. Who knows, it could be costly. Daffy couldn't take it. Is he being held? No, said the umpire. Play on. Cameron does. And Leon Cameron surges it down towards the 50-metre line. Kellaway's in trouble. He may just about lose it towards Bauer. Bond gives it to him now. Nathan Bauer kicks towards Gale. On centre wing. Gets it away to Rogers. Suddenly the Tigers in the van. Rogers kick towards half forward. No mark to Howard. Play on towards Knights. In trouble. Back to Rogers. 53 metres out. He spears it in towards half forward. He wanted Neil, but didn't find him. Look at them fighting for that football. It was Maxfield at the bottom. Rogers goes down again. It's not easy there. Crediuk threads his way through some heavy traffic. He gives it to West and he's out of trouble.
Here come the Bulldogs. Scott West on the Hunter. He'll go back in the out wide. Oh, well played by Kim Costa. A bounce. He races clear. The loose man. Grant races into half forward. He hits Osborne on the chest. Oh, boy. They had their chances. Richmond the other end. A shocking kick by Rogers let them down.
Yeah, and Scotty Turner made a bad error of judgment, I think, when he left Chris Grant then to charge the Footscray Kim Costa player down. Handball over the top, gave Grant the free pass at Richard Osborne.
Osborne is a great kick of a football. He kicks a goal for his second. I think he might have missed. Yes, he's just missed it to the right. And the Richmond supporters breathe a sigh of relief. There's still just under 8 minutes of play left. 5 points the margin. The Tigers still lead.
An absolute thriller here at the MCG. Maxfield's being asked to mark this. He can't do so. And it's pushed towards the boundary line where it goes over. Goodwin was Daffy and Edwards. Ryan and Collier. Crowd of 49,878 here today. The Tigers and the Dogs are back in town when they can draw a crowd like that. Here's Broderick taking the hand pass, defensive side of centre. Drifts it into Howard in the middle. Johnny Howard stabbing it up towards half forward. Kneeled, can't take a mark. They've got a couple there, the Bulldogs. And it's going to be Crediuk. Again, he comes away. Footscray player down behind. Crediuk keeps going. He gets caught, loses the football. Now it's turned over. Campbell. Here come the Tigers. Up to half forward, no one home. Richardson over the top. Murphy back to Richardson. In towards goal. Bauer and a goal to Maxfield. Oh, the Tigers have steadied. Maxfield has kicked his second and Richmond's 40.
Gale and Griggage. Griggage won it. Who'll come out with it? Callaway gets his boot to it. Maxfield with strength. Here's Croft. Well played, Matthew Croft. Couldn't get his boot to it. The Tigers are desperate in there too. Campbell's been good. Griggage. Oh, he eventually kicks it in mid-air. Daffy underneath it. Tony Free's been a fine player. Grant. Now Beveridge. Here comes Luke Beveridge from 50 metres. Can Wyden take it? No, he can't. And the ball rushed over the line from behind to the Bulldogs. What a game from two evenly matched sides.
Incredible pressure there and around the centre of the ground. Then neither side able to get the ball free until eventually it came to Lukey Beveridge there across half forward. These boys are working extremely hard at the moment.
10 points the margin. Broderick off to Campbell. Richmond out of trouble. Back towards centre wing. Back towards Murphy. Keeps the ball in play towards Johnny Howard, but only for a moment. So a throw in on centre wing. Just into Richmond's attacking zone. They lead by 10 points. Next week they journey to the Gabba and take on the Bears. Griggage trying to do it from behind. Gale in front. Liberatore pounces on it. The league's most prolific tackler is Richmond coach John Northey. Looks relatively calm in the coach's box. Bet your life will be churning inside and feeling quite proud of his charges here. Here's an opportunity for Croft. Clean bowls them all just about. Gale is on the end of it. Pumps it deep into their attacking zone. And a fine mark taken by Crediuk on the last line of defence. Footscray with 5 minutes remaining and need one badly. Into the centre goes the kick from Credior. Tigers have the numbers. Broderick threading it clear. Here goes Howe from 55 metres. Deep in towards full forward. Murphy's there. Richardson is there. And he takes it. He plays on. Round he goes. A high kick and one behind is the result. One behind. Sees them lead by 11 points. Tiger fans up and roaring. Footscray fans up and wanting a goal.
Here's Brendan Gale, who has been a great player. Cameron, who's drifted out of the game a little bit. Leon Cameron in the second half. And look at the pressure. That tackling of this Richmond side is just a delight to watch. Footscray aren't too bad on the tackling side either.
Both sides have been very committed in at the ball in the in-close contest all day.
Riggich and Gale. Liberatore races in after it. He shuffles it out to Hunter, who's been a good player. The kick comes down to centre wing Tony through, and look at that, Nick Daffy floats across the back and takes a very good mark with courage. They want to win this, the Tigers. Daffy to the half-forward line. Howard was the flyer. The ball hits the deck. And it's locked in there. The umpire will have to bounce.
Under 4 minutes remaining. The Dogs trail by 11 points. Howard wins it, but straight to Liberatore. He kicks up towards centre wing. Another fine mark taken by Daffy. Oh, the duck. He likes this. Away he goes to Campbell. And Campbell charges in towards half forward. At the back, Murphy. Have to be quick. Not quick enough. And out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. Southern. A high kick. Grigich will be the flyer in front. Gale spoils. Murphy waits down. Pumps it high and swinging back into the square over the back. And a great mark taken on the last line of defence by Danny Southern. Well, something special was required and he gave it to them. He now gives it to Wallace, who kicks towards the half-back flank. In front was Kim Costa. And he claims it on the half-back line. Costa kicks it high, up over centre wing. Broderick is there. He's got to beat a couple of them. Over the top comes Rogers. Knight's there also, and a bounce on the other side.
He's done well again today. Broderick.
Slow starter.
Slow starter. That was the case last weekend too, but finishing off when it's needed.
Well, the umpire's gone down again, but it's not nothing serious. In all sorts of trouble is Croft. Got a free kick for a push.
They've still got time, 2.5 minutes. Croft, out wide. Out, here's Hunter. He's played a good game again down towards half-forward. It's fisted away by Tate. Here's Grant, onto the left foot. Grant kicks. Oh, yes! Oh, one kick in it. Chris Grant has kicked 3. Oh, you would not believe this. 5 points the margin with just over 2 minutes to go. Brilliant goal, Grant.
This is the value of Chris Grant. We've got the contest formed by Osmond. Grant can play in the air or he can play on the ground. Here using his left foot, dribbling the ball through the goal square perfectly well. He's given Footscray a real chance here with not long to play.
Points the margin. The Dogs will not lie down as Grigich belts it to the 50-metre line. Koyunuk couldn't take it cleanly. And a free kick for a push. Liberatore has an outside 50. They need a goal to regain the lead. Towards full forward. Wine couldn't take it. Koyunuk, a step. One behind. 4 points the margin. And just over 1.5 minutes remaining. Steve Koyunuk kicked an excellent goal early in the game. In fact, he booted 2 in the first quarter. Turner copped a heavy one earlier in the day and left the ground for some time. He kicks to the outer side. His kicking out has been superb all day. And a fine mark taken by Gale, who copped one for his trouble. 11th mark.
What a game, Brendan Gale.
Oh, he's been fantastic.
Really the best player on the ground.
Yep.
Controlling it in the first half across half forward. He steadies it down with a high floating kick. towards centre wing. No mark. Fisted clear by Rowan Smith. The Dogs need a runner. They've got him in Quill. In trouble. Gives it away towards Liberatore. Up towards full forward. Back goes Osmond. No mark taken. Pressure now on the Tiger defence. Oh. Look at the work done by Beveridge as he came steaming in there to lock up that ball.
And desperation from Wayne Campbell too. Terrific stuff.
Both committed to the ball. Very, very aggressive. This is tight football.
Under a minute remaining. 4 points the mark.
Well, are they going to pinch it, Footscray? Richmond have controlled it since during the second term. Here's Osmond. Richard Osmond gets in a hand pass. West, back to Cameron. The brilliant Cameron. Onto the left boot. He hooks it back and swings. Oh, touch right on the line. In fact, it's a mark. No, as the umpire, is it a point or a mark?
A point.
I think it'll be a point. Second bite over the line. Oh, yes. Time clock, Sandy. 21 seconds to go.
Yep. Well, what a finish. What an extraordinary finish.
Sandy, round 1, 2 points in it. Here we have 3 in it in round 16.
I thought that was going to float through then.
The two great improvers. Now you better get on with it, Turner. And he does. Kicks beautifully out once again. In fact, it will go over the top. Could have been some holding on there. Play on, says the umpire. Bond has it for Richmond. This could be the final call. Bond to half forward. Kicks it, penetrating kick towards full forward. Wallace is there for Footscray. Now they've got to be quick. There are only seconds remaining. Taken away by Watts. Up towards centre wing. On to Quill. There's the siren. It's all over. Victory to Richmond.
What a game, a breathtaking finish, and the Tigers getting up by 3 points after Footscray had won by 2 points in the opening round of the season. Richardson kicked 4, Maxfield and Neal each kicked 2, and for Footscray, Collinuk and Grant each kicked 3 and Wine kicked 2, and for the Tigers, their first time that they've strung together 5 in a row since their premiership year in 1980 under Tony Jewell. Well done the Tigers, but a terrific game by both sides. We'll be back with the game at Cardinia Park between Geelong and Melbourne after the break. And with still 3 games to go to complete the round, West Coast play tomorrow, lead by a game from Carlton, another game back to Hawthorn, and then Collingwood, then North Melbourne, Essendon, Richmond, looking pretty good up there in 7th place, and Geelong back in the 8th. And I reckon 20 minutes before full time, they weren't even looking certain that they were going to win the game. Okay, now we can go to Scott Palmer with his punchlines. Good evening, Scotty.
Terrific, Drew.
Okay, I believe that Stan Alves is worried about trial by video this week. Interesting, there have been no reports, a clean bill of health for the 2nd week in a row.
He's got his fingers crossed tonight, Drew, that number 7 isn't picked up by trial by video. Yes, Nicky Winmar was in a couple of skirmishes out there, and one didn't look particularly good. So let's hope that he gets through with a clear bill of health.
Yeah, Peter Knights would be pleased with that.
Yes, Peter Knights was very pleased, and he said after the game that Ben Allen had come up to him and said, listen, all the reports about me going back to Fremantle, don't worry about him, I'm committed to Hawthorn, I'm on a 1-year contract and that's the way it stays. But Stanley Alves said that some of the Saints, if they don't pick up, will have to look at a new club next year. He said they've got 8 weeks to find out whether they're league footballers or not.
And I believe that Robert Shaw has conceded that they can't make the finals. Some youngsters might be blooded.
Yes, he said it's time now for some tough decisions. We have to decide whether to give the players we've got another go or look for the players of the future. I think that's probably what they might do. Unfortunately, they lost Brad Boyd before the game, and I think that Ross Lyon played with a groin injury today, but they didn't look good.
And Gavin Brown injured. He'll miss the Carlton game.
Yes, the big game against Carlton, which Lee really wanted to have his best team in for. Gavin will be missing for a couple of weeks, really. The hamstring's not that good. Lee said that he's missing some of those smaller forward players like Plain and Williams. They're just due back, but probably not in time.
What about Malcolm Blight? He's gone from, well, boiled lollies to chocolates.
We asked him those obvious questions today, and he said, look, no more headlines. I don't want to have another headline for 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years. He said, I've had enough. He became very philosophical about the game. He said that there's the ebbs and the flows in football. It's very intriguing, and you have to ebb with the ebb and flow with the flow, Drew. And he certainly did that in the box today.
Somebody who's dining on caviar, the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers. They were singing that song of theirs, We're from Tigerland, all around the MCG last night. Northey said that they should have buried the opposition in the third quarter, but he was very, very pleased with Benny Gale. He said he played a terrific game, very mobile, and he said the ground was soft there today, and some of the Tigers might have faded at the finish, but he said we have now the capacity to win the close ones.
Good on you, Scotty. We'll see you on the program tomorrow.
See you, Drew.
Keep punching, mate.
Keep, mate.
And just a reminder about tomorrow.
Footscray.